Good evening, fellow punters. Back with you on Wednesday evening. Could be in a better humour, I'll tell you. It was Jesse James instead of Sam James we should have had in the bike that time. Missed the break from trap one. He could have been more forceful on him to push him up. He was a big, strong horse to get better position. Last coming around the turn, then panicked, went wide instead of staying where he was, maybe and coming up the rail. It was too much of a gamble, but Pound's the best of a horse. One that got away without a doubt. Terrible. I had to go for a walk immediately afterwards. I had to go out and get fresh air. I'm not joking you. The Lord save us and bless us. It'll put years on you at times, wouldn't it, these horses? Dear. I hope I'm able to get through this because the mind is absolutely gone AWOL. And things were going all right by the grand winner last night at 3-1. That one for Rob Hornby and Andrew Baldwin. I love horses like that give their all. That the actual one that was second traded 1-6. But I knew when we got him rolling in the middle that he'd stay on. He done that the last day too, and he's one will follow again. He won't go up that much in the handicap, but he's an improving sort. I like Balding's stayers to go well, and Hornby does us a few good favours now and again. But it wasn't Hornby in the bike there today. I see there's a lot of money for the Jam Man. Ron McNally is at it again, so I don't know what's going on there. There was a good few on last night with the messages, comments. Matthew Nesfield turned water into wine. He had put 17 quid into £69. That's good stuff. Charlotte George, her breakfast tasted much better. She only found out this morning she was on a winner with that one, any name. Keith Hamilton, Stephen Pitt, Martin O'Mahony, Jonathan Wiggins, Philip Wright, Roy Harris, Pádraig Fallon built a few round bails now after losing the laps. BJ 12-10, Ronald Masters, the Gypsy Cream 26, PGC, he was on it as well. Devon Stein and Chrissy Plays was on the bus early this morning. He had a 5 each way treble the other day at 124-1, so he was very happy camper. Scott left a message about Ingra Tor tomorrow in the 3 o'clock. It's an absolutely flying form. Will be ridden differently this time. I don't know how they can sort of ride it differently. It has a right chance tomorrow. I'll be coming back to that later. But I said the track in York was more of a hindrance than anything else. But he's going tomorrow in Newmarket at 3 o'clock. Lee Staines, somebody that mightn't read the comments, it's well worth going back the next day and seeing what that man the words he can put together. It's absolutely brilliant. I look forward to every morning to see what he does. And he says he's a hod carrier. Probably he's not telling lies, and that he was off there last week, that he was so sore after going back to work. But it's brilliant input into the comment section, I must say, and he's a regular. Hats off to you. Ian Whelan as well mentioned that Rogue Bear, who I mentioned last night, is owned by a big syndicate and there's a couple of thousand in it. Thanks for letting me know about that, because people in syndicates like that sort of think they own the horse and to be talking about it when maybe it mightn't be so true, a lot of what they're saying. So we'll see. We had to drop a few off to Specsavers that were doing free hearing tests today. There was a few of them with hearing problems last night. Joe O'Reilly, TJ Kelly and Cherry Hindley, but it might have been my fault at the start of that last night. I don't know how the right buttons pressed. Anyway, tomorrow there's a couple of, I'd call them interesting ones, but they're all interesting, I suppose. That one was interesting today, but an interesting for the wrong way. There's a horse in the 5:45 at Limerick, Dairerin. It's a 3-year-old gelding trained by Jessica Harrington. It's rated 77, but it's rated 93 on its first run for the Yard, which was only on the 7th of May. It was busy since it had 5 runs. And last time I thought it was an eye catcher. It was 4th of 10, beaten 2.5 lengths. Came up along the rail and he got blocked and there were traffic problems. But he was back that day from 50s into 14s to suggest that connections know that he's well handicapped. He had 5 runs last year in the UK for Michael Bell, and he actually won first time out. And then he won in Salisbury in June. He opened there at 10 to 1 with the green bouquet. So a pint each way. That's Dairerin and 5.45 at Limerick. Bandwidth is the favourite, but it's 2 for 2 in Sligo. So maybe it's just Sligo a specialist. And Earl's a horse I backed the last couple of times. I might do a small little reverse forecast with Dairerin. I thought it was second the last day in Leopardstown, but this one might have more toe. The 7.15 at Limerick as well. There's a one here. Mazagran. Although it's not a handicap, the 6 runners are running all off their correct marks. And Joseph O'Brien is the trainer. It won this last year as a first time it ran for the trainer, a 5-year-old out of Warfront. He had ran in Jebel Ali and Medan 7 times, and he won twice. And he had a prep run for this. He was beaten ahead over the course and distance as well on the 11th of June. So he seems to like the track. He's 7 to 4. So we can use that as a win bet, pint win, and we can use it maybe in a small little Trixie with 2 other short ones maybe. Then in the 8.15 at Limerick as well, Impero, that ran so well for us. Well, it finished 4th of 18 in the Apprentice Derby in the Curragh, coming from a long way back. And I was saying that prior to that last video that if they learned him how to settle in that race, that was the top priority, obviously. And he did, and he learned how to run, and he ran on well. He opened 11 to 2 with 3.65, and he immediately within 10 minutes was gone into 5 to 2. And I see the green bookie has him in at 7 to 4. So the same jockey is on him, Paddy Harnett. So it looks like that he's sort of fancied for tomorrow as well. If he's a short price like that, we could put him in with Mazagran and Yibir in the Prince of Wales in Newmarket. He's 6 to 4, and the favourite is 11 to 8 Mazdograin. But the ratings is 119 to 115, so he's £4 well in. He won the Dairerin trophy over mile 5 last year, so that's over the same July course. He was beaten last time, but that was over the Rowley Mile. They're 2 different tracks, even though it's a Newmarket, and horses run better on some of them, on one or the other. He was second last time to Broome in Ascot, but he won the Breeders' Cup over top of the ground, and I'm taking him tomorrow. Slight doubt about Mazdograin staying, so there's no problem with this fella staying. So if we've done a small little Trixie with Yibir, Impero and Mazagran, and in that 3 o'clock race that I was on about, Ingra Tor, in the last 14 runnings of that, the shortest price winner was 13 to 2. There was 3 7 to 1s, a 40 to 1. There was 2 33 to 1s and a 25 to 1. So it's an open handicap always. But that Ingra Tor won in Newmarket off 82, beating Harry 3 by over 2 lengths, who was rated 89. Then that reversed the form the last time in York. But a lot of horses don't run that well in York that run well in Newmarket. So possibly that it's an 8 to 1 shot, and they're paying 6 places, I think. So we'll have a pint each way in that. And Scott put it in, so I won't go against him. There's a couple other races in Newmarket tomorrow. Sioux Nation, that was unlucky for us to get a place in, is up against Persian Force and the O'Brien's yoke. And Persian Force was unlucky as well, I thought, the last time. But it's hard to know which to do in that. If I do decide with any late selection, I'll put them up on mid-morning tomorrow. I got to go now. I need another walk. Happy punting. Oh, there's someone mentioned that tonight in the last race at Mr. Rumbalicious. Might be worth a pint win in the last race at Bath tonight. Alan King ran well enough in Linkfield, and they're bringing him to where there's top of the ground in Bath. He's a 3 to 1, 7 to 2 pint win. See you tomorrow evening. Good luck.